Expensive water damage. Why?
Evening ends in a traffic accident that sends 5 to the hospital. Good evening, I'm Bill Biessa. The National Guard moves into the...
KPRC TV. Now, Channel 2 News at 6 with Jan Carson, Bill Biessa, Doug Johnson, Craig Roberts, and the Channel 2 News team.
Good evening. Jan has the evening off. Some grade schoolers escaped injury today when 2 explosions rocked their school, shattering windows in 3 classrooms. There were some workmen injured. Jack Cato has details.
This is all that's left of a butane tank that exploded in front of the Inwood Elementary School this afternoon. The Circle Roofing Company was using butane to heat tar for a new roof. The tank caught on fire. A first-grade teacher saw the flames out her window, sounded the alarm, and within 2 minutes, 800 students and teachers were out of the building. Ricky Woods, an off-duty fireman, was driving by just as the fire started.
And I was just in front of the truck, probably 20 feet, when that tank blew, knocked my feet clean out from under me, and I just heard a lot of glass shatter. Next thing I know, I was up out near the street.
Yes, I was scared. I thought 102 and 101 would blow up.
But not one child was injured, even though 3 rooms were filled with glass and parts of the ceiling had fallen in. But 2 of the 3 workmen were injured. Andre Chapa ran up the ladder but was burned on the arm. Juan Acosta was blown off the ladder. He was taken to Herman Hospital in serious condition. Once the fire was under control, the children were brought back into the building. Just last week, the Houston Fire Department was here talking about fire drills.
Seems that everybody just took it in stride and followed the instructions and just went well.
With the fire truck still here and parents coming to pick up their kids, there was a little confusion. But the one thing everybody knows, to evacuate the school in 2 minutes meant that fire drill really worked. Jack Cato, Channel 2 News.
Aldine school officials say classes will be held tomorrow as usual while the crews repair the roof and the broken windows. A collision between a car and a school bus this afternoon sent the bus driver and 5 high school students to the hospital. The driver of the car is accused of running a red light and of attempting to leave the scene of an accident. Dave Walker has the story.
It started out as a senior class trip to the zoo for these students from Terry High in Rosenberg. But on the way home,
a car ran a red light. We couldn't stop in time to avoid hitting them.
40 passengers were in the bus. The driver and 5 students were hurt badly enough to be transferred to a Fort Bend hospital.
It was bad. It hurt bad because my leg was in the aisle.
The 2 passengers in the car were hurt too, but not too badly to move quickly.
Once I got off the bus, I tried to see if they were all right and talked to them, and they just started walking away from me, and they walked quicker and quicker until they just ran off down the street. Another school bus was up the road about 100, 200 yards, and some of the boys got off of that bus and ran out and caught them.
Most of the injuries were bumps and bruises. The more seriously hurt are being checked out to make sure. Spring is no time for a graduating senior to be hurt, not with prom coming up.
I'll dance prom night, believe me.
I'll dance with you.
If I'm on crutches, I'm dancing.
A senior outing is supposed to be memorable.
I might should have skipped school today, went to the beach.
And these seniors will remember this one for a long time. Dave Walker, Channel 2 News.
Charges are pending against the driver of the car.
26, the 7 o'clock news. Eastern Airlines is sold to former baseball commissioner Peter Ueberroth, but that hasn't stopped the strike or the pickets.
The captain's going to kill us.
Get hooked on HBO. Bus injuring 9 people. These stories and more coming up next here on Eyewitness News tonight.
Sean Connery.
11 News.
It's a new concept in
Animated baseball, a money-making enterprise, is hoping to give a lift to troubled Eastern.
Car apparently tried to run away from the accident, but were chased down and caught by 4 students.
Once I got off the bus, I tried to see if they were all right and talked to them, and they just started walking away from me, and they walked quicker and quicker until they just ran off down the street. Another school bus was up the road about 100, 200 yards, and some of the boys got off of that bus and ran out and caught them.
Driver of the car had no license, no proof of insurance. All those injured students are said to be in good shape tonight. An explosion.
Terry High School in Rosenberg tonight are calling 2 of their classmates heroes for catching the men who caused a wreck with their school bus. 7 students and 2 adults are recovering from injuries in that accident. As Sherman Chow reports, this incident is the talk of Terry High.
Did Jimmy Cobbin get hurt bad?
Jimmy hurt real bad. He was in the hospital. He was on.
By nightfall, it seemed as if everyone at Terry High School had heard about the accident and the two seniors who nabbed the men believed to have caused the crash.
They knew they had to go after him because if not, nobody was going to catch him.
Only hours earlier, a Lamar Consolidated Independent School District bus had hit a car at the intersection of Main and South Post Oak.
All of a sudden, we saw a gray car coming from the left-hand side, and it was, for me, it was like in slow motion, so I saw it, but there was nothing we could do because it happened so quickly, because he ran the red light, and we tried to stop the best that we could.
But it was too late. The bus rammed the car, and moments later, the two men in that vehicle, although injured, ran from the scene. A teacher spotted them.
Miss Field started pointing and started screaming, "Get him, get him."
We seen the guys running, and we said, forget it, we're going after him. So me and Jacob took off after him.
What happened when you caught up with them?
We just told him to slow down, and Jacob was talking to him in Spanish.
According to the driver, he said his brakes went out, and he didn't have a choice but to turn. They were scared because they said they didn't know any of the laws, so they started running.
The students were returning from a field trip. Altogether, 9 youngsters and adults were transported to Fort Bend Community Hospital, where they were treated and released.
Police say the driver of the vehicle could be ticketed because he did not have a license or any insurance. In addition, both men could face charges for failing to stop and give information at the scene of an accident. Sherman Chow, 13 Eyewitness News.
Oliver North takes the stand.
Officers at a news